please work. We are live again here for Real News. I have no fucking clue if anybody's hearing anything I'm saying right now. I'm gonna check my phone. And come on. Let's see. Can you say something?
Yeah, what's up?
It's working now for me. I hear my audio.
Is it working for me? Is it still messed up?
Let's see if you come through.
Alright. Test. Test.
Hold on. It works. That's so
good.
weird. The thing I did change... Okay, there's two things that are different, though. No debate stream is going through now, and I changed the title of the video. Are you in your car, Phil?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I heard that blinker.
Dude.
Yeah.
I don't
Good
know what the
stuff. You actually use it, not like the fucking Maryland drivers.
Yeah, see, PA people are better than Maryland people, officially. We use our turn signals. But I don't know what the fuck was going on with YouTube. I think it was either an OBS or a YouTube problem, because both times OBS showed the audio coming in. Like the meter bar was bopping up and down on my input and my output. I restarted my computer. I did a new stream with a new title, and now it works. So it was either YouTube or something. I don't even want to say it's hardware, because there's nothing wrong with the hardware. It was the same thing. The only thing I think it was either OBS or YouTube, because the one difference also is that in this stream I didn't.
But,
That's probably the
yeah, what do y'all think of that debate?
Wait, what? Whoa.
I think.
Can you guys hear me?
It depends on how you want to read it, I guess. I feel like Mike Pence, he was definitely more of the high road type, like debater, and Kamala was definitely the, I don't know.
Did I cut out?
I think
was the low road. And
I think he fucking won. Like with the other debates, I think he won, honestly. Like
I think so too. Like if I was to put it, the edge would go to Pence. But I mean, I said that it depends on how you look at it, because I don't know. Some of these people would think like her attacks were like legit and worth points or whatever. I'm not one of those people, but I mean, I would say, but yeah, I'd say Mike Pence definitely looked better. He definitely looked better at the debate.
Well, here's what Mike Pence did over there that I liked. He got Kamala Harris to admit that she was basically going to pack the courts, because he straight out asked her like 3 times and she refused to give an answer, meaning that's what they wanted.
Yeah, that was good. That was definitely good.
And then the stuff about the Green New Deal, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Because they're being stupid. They're playing around with that. Like they gonna say they were for it one time and they weren't. And he's like calling them out for that. And then her vote, and then her record. Like I think that's great, because she had a pretty shitty record. Like honestly,
yeah.
And he could have probably got a little bit harder on that, and a little bit harder about like that. Charlottesville stuff, but honestly, they barely gave him any time to respond. So I can't.
She did a lot of. She did, but the thing that made her look bad is she did a lot of avoiding.
Yeah, and she just like straight up like you make up stuff like with those facts, and like I love how Pence actually called her out on it. It's not something that you would like if it was like Trump versus Biden or whatever. Like, he probably wouldn't call it out in the same manner that Pence did. I think he did it, and because he wasn't as like super aggressive as Trump, I think it played out a little bit better, even though like half those questions, and it was like the other debate, they were just straight up fucking rigged, like the questions to make it look bad. Oh, what are you going to do with, like, what if Trump doesn't cede the presidency if he loses? Yeah. That's such a fucking biased question. And there's like another couple of those too. It was like, what about Roe v. Wade? Like, what would you do if it happened in like Indiana? Like, how the fuck does that matter?
Who ran that debate?
The reporter was from the USA
I think Sean
Today.
Is having problems with his speech coming out because I can't hear him, and he says he's speaking
Can you hear
Oh.
me?
in the chat.
You guys can't
Was
hear
that
me.
PBS?
How about
Oh,
now?
I can hear you now.
Jesus, maybe it's my internet. That might be it. Fucking A. But
What bad internet you got?
I don't, dude. It's been really weird recently. I mean, we have FiOS, which is one of the best you can get. High speeds, high up, high down, and it's like.
All right, what speeds are we talking about when you say high
Well,
speed?
I'm not gonna do a speed test while I'm streaming.
Well, no, didn't you do it like 5 times beforehand?
Yeah, you'd have to find the screenshot. It's buried somewhere. I mean, I don't think I still have it, but like, it's
I
like.
think it's a computer issue.
No, it's not, because I've been having trouble with the internet last night on my phone and my computer. Like, it just will, like, and this has happened since the pandemic. It would literally just, like, have these random times where it will be really slow and then speed back up. But that shouldn't happen if it's fiber optic. Like, nobody else is on your thing, but, like, it's been all over the place. But anyway, what I was trying to say was that the person that was moderating the debate was from USA Today, and I was trying to use their stream earlier, and they had this like live fact checking, so I turned that shit off. And what I was gonna bring up was that what I because you guys were talking about the trap questions. Mike Pence, I think, won this debate pretty much because of the turning point, no pun intended, at what you mentioned, Alex, with the packing the courts question. At the beginning, Kamala came off kind of more dominating, I personally thought. I mean, she was full of shit, but she was dominating. But Pence was sort of like a snake, like, not a bad snake, but like weaving through the grass, like, you know. He's like the cheetah, you know, he's waiting to pounce. And he's got that moment, and he, like, takes it, and then from there on out, he just had it. And I think even before that, it was building. But, like, he kind of, like, had to build in the debate a bit. And then he found sort of, I think he was trying to find his right footing and trying to find a good place to get her on. And he was on the offensive when he needed to be. I thought my personal taste would have had him be more offensive. But asking about the pack in the courts was great. Debunking the Charlottesville Fine People hoax was fantastic. I know Scott Adams is going to love that. Because he debunked it perfectly, saying like, yeah, he condemned them in that same speech. Like, literally, you're leaving out part of the, speech, just like the media does, and bring up the veteran stuff, like the fact that his son served was fantastic. Made it personal so that you can't attack him, and he was defending President Trump for that fake news about veterans and whatnot. And then the ending was great on Pence's part. He brought a good contrast from the last debate to show that Trump, while Trump may be a bit too much for some people, and this is what Pence is always good at, is being the good contrast for those other people that want some of this style. And so I think he won. I think Kamala got too arrogant, too cocky, too full of herself, and came off bad. That's, I think, her biggest problem. But look, they all lie. It doesn't matter. What matters is that she came off as cocky and arrogant. She came off phony. She came off fake. That is going to turn people off.
Yeah, no, I think for this particular debate style.
You playing with yourself?
I was eating No, but I think for this particular debate style, his style actually, it was better. I think his style is more suited for, this sort of more limited debate style that's being required than Trump's in some ways. So I feel like he's better when you can have like audience reactions and like,
yeah,
with that. But with Pence, I think that his style shone through, and I did like it because it was right. He kind of came off as like, oh, I'm not like a complete, like what the left think, like Trump's a complete asshole. Like he kind of came off as like, oh, I'm this very nice person, and then he just like, I think he lulled her in with that false sense of security and just like pounced.
Yeah.
Even when he attacked her, though, it still felt high road. It still felt like a high road, like kind of thing. Like it wasn't like you could definitely tell there was a stark contrast from Trump. Like Trump doesn't give a shit. He's gonna come right at you. Like with Pence, it's more, you know, I don't know. It's just a
Well, and what I said right after you had to bop out for a second was that the problem, like if you want to judge this on attitude and personality, which I think is more important than anything else, is that Kamala she started off kind of hot, in the sense that like she was trying to dominate it, which honestly wasn't a bad strategy, but she became full of herself, became cocky and arrogant, and
yeah.
she's super fucking phony, and you could tell the body language. When Pence had her in a bind in a corner, like especially with the pack and the courts question, she kept changing her
Yeah.
posture, putting her arms up, putting her hair back. You could tell she was stuck. She put on the fake smile. She comes off fake and phony and arrogant. Bad, bad, bad to me. To me, this is a great win for Pence and Trump. I think the campaign should be happy tonight.
Yeah.
I think it's funny too. It's like after he called her out for like her bullshit with the like non-answer with the packing court, she's like, "Oh well, see, Trump's packing the court. He didn't go and appoint any black judges or whatever." It's like, no, what the fuck? That's not the question.
Well, then Pence came
it's
back.
trying to like throw this.
Well, like she kept trying to bring up this criminal justice reform that she did, and Pence brought up what you needed to bring up, which is that she's incarcerated 19 times more blacks than any other group when she was a prosecutor. He fucking called her out on that, and I love when people call people out on things like that. That's what Trump was always really good at, and to see Mike Pence just be like the silent killer and just get her on that was fantastic.
Well, yeah, I think your analysis was great, Sean. Like I think he lulled her into her own ego,
Yes.
and then countered.
Yeah, see where Trump is attack. He I think Pence knows how to go and make it so that like they'll eat their own words.
I mean, you can get away with that with Kamala. I don't know if you could play Biden the same way with Kamala.
I
just
agree.
Because
keep in mind Kamala's a lawyer.
I don't know.
Yeah, like Kamala. Yeah, Kamala. I don't know if Biden even knows he has an ego. Like he's like gone. Like he's mentally gone, and especially like because he like even that they said he was he was more competent, but I don't buy that.
Yeah.
I think he just knew his script and then and he was shielded from going off the cuff for the most part. I think with Kamala, like she knows, like she has her agency about her, so she's able to have that sense of like an ego or whatever. So therefore, she's definitely more susceptible to a counter like the one that Pence gave her.
Yeah, and Pence, here's the thing, like, you're right. Like these are different battles here, and different. You need different people, and that's why I think Pence is probably the most underrated, underappreciated vice presidents ever. I mean, he knew, like Pence knew that she's a lawyer. She's a slick talker. She's going to try and con people for bullshit. And so Pence knew how to counter that by simply just being, I think just going the high road is what he did and getting under her skin and tapping into her ego. I think that was really his strategy, was get her ego out and make her full of herself, And the Biden campaign is, they're trying to do some meme magic, but I think it's kind of, failing. Look at this shit. This is what the Biden campaign just tweeted. I wish Phil was here to react to it. Maybe he'll get back on.
Pitch in $5 to help this campaign fly. That's like so fucking stupid.
Can this campaign fly?
Yeah, he's like trying to do some like fucking dad jokes. They think I'll make them relatable.
Because Jack Posobiec had a great tweet. He said Biden or Pence won, the fly came in second, and Kamala came in a distant third. Did you see the fly?
No.
That's what this is referencing. There was a fly that landed on Mike Pence's head during the debate, and it sat there for quite a while. And so Biden's trying to be like, ooh, I'm Mr. Clever. Look at me, young whippersnappers, with my witty lines. I'm a wise guy. Ooh. fucking fake. Did you hear any of that, or did my thing go out again?
No, I heard it. Yeah,
Okay, because it like I noticed with the Discord when you can't hear me is when you know how like the word says voice connected and it's green. When it goes to like the red is when I was dipping out before, but yeah.
Yeah, I might have to join a call in a few minutes.
Okay, I'll rattle on and then Phil will hopefully come back. Do you have any more thoughts?
No, not really at this time. I mean, well, I don't know. My thing with that is what you call it. You know, I love the way that Pence performed. I think that honestly, I think Trump should probably take a few notes here after that last debate because I don't think it was like it, I think with this one it was a clear victory because she got so flustered.
Yeah, and I think too like with Trump, I love Trump's style. It's just he overplayed his hand a little bit last time, but then so did Biden. So it was a tie. And if Trump just sort of like turns back down to 2016 levels, let's Biden give him some ammo that he can shoot back at him. And I think he knows that. I mean, Trump's a very quick learner and one of the best adapters out there. So he's going to adapt, going to do great next time. I can't wait for the second debate. It's going to be a town hall style one, you know. And that's when we had those like great like lines like last time, like the you wouldn't be in jail, the because you'd be in jail moment. Like if we get a savage line like that.
Well, no, I think that Pence kind of did that this time though, with the question about the health, or not the healthcare, the what you call it,
Court
with that
packing?
statement about the packing the courts. I think that's gonna be a fucking meme.
Well, he had another moment. I'm trying to remember what it was off the top of my head that I was like, "Ooh, got him." It was that was a good one, but there was another one that he did that was really good. It's bad that I'm not remembering it, but you know, I think if Trump's gotta have like, cause those when Trump is funny is when he's at his best, you know, and those savage moments are always funny. I noticed he seemed to lack some joy and some humor in the first, but he had it in some spots, but like. It just came off more like, you know, hard hitting and just hard hitting without hard hitting and some lightheartedness. Yeah, Jack Posobiec said hearing Trump is ecstatic tonight watching that. Yeah. Yeah, Scott Adams said Pence won. Posobiec said Pence won. I think Cernovich is basically saying Pence won. Frank Luntz, who I think is overrated hack, said Kamala Harris has good arguments to open this debate, but her reactions are not being well received by my focus group. My focus group says Mike Pence is stable and steady, but they didn't like him going back to swine flu. What the fuck? They didn't like him going back to swine flu? What kind of criticism is that?
Well, it's the fucking closest thing I can really see.
Yeah. Like... That's why these focus groups I think are very misleading. You know, they're not representative. So I that sort of criticism I take out. But I think that's what people are gonna remember is that, and this is what Pence's brand has always been: stable and steady. That's always his brand. That's always who he's contrasted Trump's brand with. Yeah. Yeah, see, like this stuff is like what I'm talking about. This is more like it. Copy this link. Cocky Kamala. That should be the hashtag. Cocky Kamala.
Ooh, that's an actual hashtag?
It should be. I just invented it. Hashtag Cocky Kamala, guys. Get it going. Oh, I need to tweet this fucking stream out. What am I doing? We have no people in chat because of that. But we were just saying that fuck, what were we just saying? Oh, we were talking about I think you see the tweet in the Discord in the chat that Biden just sent out. He said pitch him $5 to help this campaign fly.
That is retarded.
Yeah, and he's got the fly swatter, you know, like the fly that was on Pence's head, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's clever, you know. It's funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm ROLF. ROFL. What is that? ROFL?
Rolling on the floor
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah.
You got the pun, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I
think
just had to check.
It just wasn't funny. Like
Yeah, Alex had to go do a work call, but yeah. Oh god, dude. So
yeah,
what are your thoughts?
no, I agree with you totally. I felt like Mike Pence. I mean, I guess liberals will be like, well, Kamala was more aggressive, so she probably won.
She's a
Which,
strong woman.
yeah, it's like in their own way, they're going to twist it like they won. But for me, looking at it, I'm like, Trump or Pence won it, and it's good that he won it because for the most part, most of the country sees her as the de facto president.
Yes.
Like nobody sees Biden as the actual, like he's a right now. They're looking at him like a marionette puppet, right? Like where, a whole bunch of people are pulling his strings. Because he's like kind of a lifeless, anyway. And like Kamala's doing a lot of the like pulling, and if she can't even beat Mike Pence, she has no fucking chance against. She wouldn't have any chance against Trump. Trump would eat her alive.
Oh, I think a debate. I actually think the better debate would be Trump versus Kamala. I think that'd be a way more interesting debate than Trump versus Biden.
Well, I mean, he would embarrass her. Like I do that. I feel like Mike Pence played it better, right? He played it better, but I think Trump would like embarrass her. Like he would point out all of that negative shit going on in her world, and he would throw it in her face, and there would be like, I don't know. I think it'd be bad, and you'd have a lot of feminists losing their shit.
Yeah, and I think it was
But it'd be funny. It'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah, and if I was in this position, like I'd be on the offensive more, attacking Kamala more. But I think Pence navigated it right. I think could have been a little stronger. If that was one criticism I'd have, is a little more strength. I think in the beginning came off a little weak because Kamala's kind of dominating him, but
I mean,
it didn't matter because she came off cocky.
I think he played it exactly how. I think that was part of the plan. I think that was part of the plan. Like he kind of, I think he kind of stepped back, let her do her thing, give her a sense of like, give her a false sense of security, and then like when she got high on herself, like she often does, then slap the counter.
Now, what do we think about the moderator?
It felt one-sided.
It was rigged. It was clearly rigged for Kamala, but because I'm seeing Ali Alexander saying Susan Page, that's the moderator, was hands down to significantly better debates moderator than Chris Wallace.
I mean, that's not
saying much.
Yeah.
I don't think she was significantly better. I think in some ways she was better because it was a bit more, I don't want to say controlled, but a bit more, you could at least hear people, and it wasn't like interrupting 50 times. But
I mean, at the
same
time,
a shit ton.
Yeah, at the same time, they respect Mike Pence a hell of a lot more than they do Donald Trump. They fucking hate Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They hate Donald Trump. And so, like, Mike Pence, he's like, he's like this, he's this respectable, religious, very, proper, respectable kind of guy. So there's only so much you can attack him on, like, really. Like, where Trump has a whole Twitter feed to fucking go after. Like, I just there's Pence doesn't give them as much ammo, but I mean,
Well, I think
I
the other.
don't know.
Oh, you're back.
I'll just drop if they actually need me to talk.
Okay. The other thing too, I think we need to mention is that, I mean, the moderator repeatedly gave Kamala Harris way more time, way more benefits of the doubt, way more time to speak. But Pence would be like, "Can I respond to that big fat fucking lie?" And she'd be like, "Oh, no, 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 no. Just please, there's a big fucking lie that smeared veterans. 15 seconds." It's like, you kidding me? I mean, look, these moderators are all rigged. We know it. We know it. It's obvious. It's nothing groundbreaking. But I think this is also what helps Pence and what helps Trump is seeing the opposition. When Kamala brings up that, oh, we have such a diverse base. We have the Bushes supporting us. We have the deep state supporting us. We have traitors like John Kasich supporting us. We're such a diverse party. It's like, no. Yeah,
those are that's not the kind of diversity you want. All right, like that's you want a fucking warmonger president? You got him backing you up? Yeah, good job. Way to fucking win the country over, buddy.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like she acts like that's a good thing. I'm like, no, you fucking kidding me? Oh, we have the Bushes supporting us. The Bushes are on our side. Are you kidding me? That is the dumbest thing that is probably the dumbest thing she did in that debate, because the guilt by association is so strong there. I'm shocked nobody else is calling her out enough on that, because it's like, that's not something to brag about. But I think the dumber thing was her terrible body language, her cockiness. Cocky Kamala, to me, that's the hashtag of the night. Cocky Kamala. She just was. It gives off a bad vibe. It's phony, and turns people off. Whereas the Silver Fox, Uncle Mike came in and was just like, "Hey, we're making America great again. We're having a nice time, and Donald Trump is gonna be with you for 4 more years, and you're gonna have the best country for 4 more years." He came off like very matter of fact. Does it change any votes? No, I don't think so. But I think what it does do is people that were on the fence or like, I don't know about Trump, or they kind of calmed down. I think it calmed people down. It took the temperature down.
I think it'll scare some of those libertarians, honestly, because they basically acknowledge they're going to be packing the courts. The Biden administration.
Aren't those people voting for Jurgensen anyway because they're stupid?
Well, yeah, but it might kind of prompt them to, reconsider that. Like even conservatives who never Trumpers and stuff, they would be like, oh well, shit. If I go with this person, this is going to be pro Green New Deal, pro court packing. And it's pretty much undeniable evidence that they're at least considering packing the courts, which is something unthinkable. Can you imagine if Trump did this? He acted like that about court packing. They'd be all over that like flies on shit, and they should be, because that is something unprecedented. They always say Trump's doing all unprecedented this. No, this is unprecedented. And then she brought up Abraham Lincoln in the middle of it, and it's
that was rich.
Yeah, that was so fucking stupid. When Barack Obama did the same thing, and that was a couple years ago, and they're bringing up precedent from 150 fucking years ago or whatever. That's completely irrelevant to the modern, political atmosphere. What Pence should have brought up too is when she was saying, "Oh, it's unfair to go and try to get a nominee while election's ongoing." Well, didn't Obama try to do that right before Trump took office or whatever with who was it, Garland or whatever? There was someone.
Mayor Garland.
Yeah.
Well, he was trying to scoot. He was trying to. Okay. if we want to clocks back then, to like what was that, 2012, technically 2011 time frame, it was basically a similar situation. Whereas, the current president that was running for re-election was nominating somebody for the Supreme Court. The difference was that Republicans controlled the House at the time. Or was it the Senate? Sorry, I'm fucking that up. They controlled the Senate, and they just said, no, we're not going to vote on this. And the Democrats got triggered, saying, well, that's against the Constitution. And I was like, oh, wow, you guys care about it now? And in this situation we're seeing now, we don't have that issue.
Dude, pretty much most of Twitter is saying, like, fucking Pence won.
Yeah.
Pence fucking owned her.
And did you see Jack Posobiec made a good point? He said Pence made the court packing issue matter. Emphasis on matter. Now, watch how much traction gains in exactly the right time as ACB hearings are set to begin soon. Very good point. And that's what I noticed too. I never thought court packing would actually matter too until I saw how Pence just nailed her on it, and how when he also mentioned that about her faith and about the hearings coming up next week, I thought, ooh, this is setting the stage. Now we know what's going to be about. Next week is going to be about court packing and religion, Christianity and court packing. Two things you're going to want to think about next week. That's what it's going to be all about. If those things start next week like they're supposed to, that's what it's going to be about. Let's see. Cernovich, I don't even need to do a poll on who won tonight's debate. Oh, and Pence also did a good job of bringing up the riots. Because they always try... See, here's the trick with debates and interviews. People think you have to answer the questions. You do not. And in most cases, you shouldn't, actually, because they're all traps. And they did that consistently with Pence. Like you mentioned, Alex, with the whole... Oh, well, what if your state of... Oh, fuck, what's his state again? Is it... It's not Iowa, is it?
Indiana?
Indiana, that's it. I knew it was an I. Indiana. What if they had to decide on abortion? Would you ban abortion forever entirely? That's a clearly rigged, stacked question to make you say something stupid. Pence knows, don't answer it. Pivot. So he did just that, and he did it with these other questions too. Like when they brought up, oh, do you think there should be justice for Breonna Taylor? And I have to address him with that in a second. But he pivots it to, yeah, but look, okay, these are tragedies. No innocent life should be lost. What happened to George Floyd is tragedy. But there's no justification for looting, burning. It brings it back to focus of where you need to focus on. We all agree George Floyd, bad. Cops did was bad, even though he probably died of an overdose. Brings the focus back to what matters, the rioting and looting that destroy businesses. But did you notice how she framed that question? She's like, oh, when the cops broke down the door and the boyfriend didn't hear the cops come in or cops knock, and so he shot at them and wounded a cop. He wounded a cop, not, oh, he tried to kill a cop. I mean, it was such a rigged question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, people are on Twitter thinking Mike Pence has pink eye.
Mm.
Yeah, they're really going after the important issues.
Yes. Pink eye, Hollywood Reporter, 19 minutes ago on Twitter. Pink eye often a symptom of COVID-19. Vice President Mike Pence's left eye sparked off a flurry of speculation.
Is that even true?
I don't
recall pink eye being a fucking symptom of COVID.
I've
read a lot of COVID shit. I haven't seen any fucking pink eye being a symptom at all.
Me neither.
Now when it comes to eating a girl's ass, like that would be a pink eye issue, right? You probably definitely get pink eye doing that, but
I'm back to locker room banter after a debate again, I see.
like, no, I'm saying there's like Like they're just making shit up now. They're making up symptoms. Oh well, if you have a crooked penis, that's a fucking COVID. Like what?
Well, my girlfriend told me when she was watching our stream last time, she's like, "Yeah, I watched the debate on your stream, and then like all of a sudden it turned into like nasty talk," and I'm like, "Shit, here we go again," as that meme goes. And if you're listening now, hey, this is what happens after debates with us. We go back to the locker room, shoot the shit.
I mean, it's like, it's incredible. Like I'm stunned at like, look, I'm even looking it up right now. Like literally,
Fact
I'm looking
checking,
up.
live fact
I'm
checking.
trying to fact check. Like I'm seeing nothing about pink eye in connection with COVID-19. Nothing.
Yeah, pink eye's from a bacterial infection of the eye.
Yeah, like
Nothing to fucking do with it. Like that's if
It's
you
not
know, if
viral.
you have like shit on your eye or whatever, you can get pink eye. It's like
yeah, it's
Not-
it's bacterial, which doesn't really like. There's like, what the fuck, man?
Jake Tapper is trying to explain Kamala's train wreck performance by saying she is a woman.
Of the
Bro,
electorate. I'm not
that's-
saying it should
that
be that way, but I'm wondering if it
Explains it.
Aw, look who joined the chat. Hello there. Did you enjoy our locker room banter once again? Oh, we just got a thumbs down. I see.
Oh, Jesus!
Disavow.
on.
I disavow everything you said, Phil. I totally disavow.
check.
Yeah, she said that too. Jeez.
Are you watching the Tapper clip?
I'm like, nah, I'm completely not here. Okay. No, I'm still trying to look up anything, like literally anything. Nope. Okay, it's official. I haven't seen shit about pink eye in relation to COVID. That is,
It would make no sense.
yeah.
It's not gonna be a fucking relationship. 'Cause it's just people being.
It's officially bullshit. Unless somebody shows me anything differently, then yeah.
Metal for Life says, y'all need Jesus. Talking to you, Phil.
What? What's better? Who said? Yeah, wait. Who's saying this shit? Who the fuck are y'all? Who the fuck y'all saying this shit? Where's this at?
I'm gonna put y'all back in chains. That sounded like Biden.
Where is this? Where is?
It's our
this
chat.
at?
It's the chat. YouTube chat for the stream.
YouTube.
Our
What?
chat.
I don't see.
If you don't
Don't
have
see
your
no
chat up, you are not prepared for our streams, boy.
There's no chat. I'm looking at.
There's a
I can't-
chat.
There's a chat.
Oh yeah.
I don't. I see comments. I don't see chat.
Let's see.
What the shit?
Are you reading? Or sorry, reading.
What the shit muffin? What the?
Let me send you the link.
Jesus talking to you, Phil. None of your business. I'm seeing.
Yeah,
that
see,
now.
Alex sees it. I think Phil needs more than Jesus now.
What the?
He needs a link to our video.
What the flower?
What the fuck?
No, I'm seeing the live thing, but where there's no sound. But
Oh, I think you're on the wrong stream because I created a new stream.
oh well.
I had to because
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh. Okay, eat shit, Metal for Life, okay? Eat shit, all right? No, I'm just playing.
That's why when I was mentioning like the locker room banter stuff, and I was like,
How
laughing.
dare you? I am a classy person, sort of. Okay, not really.
Hey, you wore nice. You wore nice shirts to those Turning Point meetings, like those like button downs that you pulled out.
I'm a very respectable person and stuff. Okay.
And stuff.
or something.
Do you still have the long beard?
I do not. Oh, well, I trimmed it a little bit because it was getting a little itchy.
I can imagine. You should have made, yo, you know what you could have done? Waited till December. You could have, like, dyed it and been Santa Claus. Santa Phil.
Yeah. Oh, you hope I get pink eye, you little fucker? Oh, thanks. Gee, thanks a lot.
Disavow. From eating the host chat? No, you can't get it from there.
No.
The host chat's a safe space. It's quarantined. Oh, man. Dude, Kamala Harris, like, whoa, look at her cheeks. She can, like, suck them in, like...
It's a fucking Asian facelift.
Yes.
No, seriously, yeah. She's like, I mean, I guess it's healed up, so she looks a little bit better now, but, like, dude, it looked horrid when she first got it done. I'm like, ugh. It was, like, so bad.
Dude, and she wasn't that bad looking before, you know? It's like, what did you need it?
It's like my grandmother, you know, she did something stupid like that.
Like, let's be real. Hillary Clinton was, like, one of those that, like, looked better when she was younger. Kamala Harris is one of those that looked better before the facelift. Like, here, look.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's a 10 out of 10. I'm just saying the standards in politics are low. As Roger Stone says,
that's like a resting bitch face. Like, oh my god, like,
dude,
so
that's
it's like a
peak
smug
resting bitch face.
Smug, like resting bitch face with a hint of smug.
She's like, oh no, you didn't.
Like, I am superior to all of you, even though I have no title to prove it.
She's probably like looking at Pence like, oh, you think you can whip my dick? Well, guess how many dicks I whipped to get to where I got.
Jeez, Sean, come on, you got to get better at this game.
You know it's true. Like, just ask what's that fucker's name that she was with? Thornton. I was gonna say Billy Bob Thornton. Fuck, that's
Willie Brown.
Willie Brown, yeah. Dude.
Downtown Willie Brown. God damn it.
Oh, she went downtown on some deep alleys with him. I mean, that's the thing. She slept her way to the top. It's true. It's true. If anybody wants to deny it, look it up. Look it up. Look, see, I will even look here. We'll drop some red pills here on this stream. You want to know the truth about Kamala Harris? Number one, she's not African American. I think we should all know that at this point. She's half Jamaican and half Indian. She is non-African American, even though she says she is. She also...
Dude, Sean King's more black than she is.
You know what? That's probably accurate. Like, not even kidding you, that's accurate. Is it even on Wikipedia? You said Willie Brown, right? Oh, yeah, here it is. Yes. Early career. Okay, this was her early career. This wasn't like the mid-career. It says early career in the headline. In 1990, Harris was hired as a deputy district attorney in Alameda County, California, and she was known as being an able prosecutor on the way up. In 1994, California Assembly Speaker Willie Brown, who was dating Harris at the time, appointed her to the State Unemployment Insurance Appeals Board. Talk about a boring-ass sounding position. And later to California Medical Assistance Commission. Isn't that amazing? All of a sudden, she just like skyrockets to the top.
Yeah, she just bounced her way to the top. I had to try to find a decent word for it. Yeah,
she navigated the echelons. She cruised her way through the alleyways. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's Kamala Harris, guys. Whoa. Here's a picture of her circa 2004. Man, not pretty. Look at that.
Wait.
Look at that.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. See.
Like, she looks like she's like a Pokemon that's like always evolving. Like, that is not her final form.
I mean, Yikes, man. Fucking Pelosi still looks like a ghoulish fucking
Demon.
demon back then. Holy God. She just looks like a
Do you know how old she
brutal
is?
ghoul. Fucking, I don't know. I'm gonna
do you
need an
wanna know?
almanac for that shit.
Do you want to know? Nancy Pelosi is 80 years old. Fucking 80.
Jesus.
When Trump is out of office, she will be 84, maybe 85, depending on the timeline here. Can you imagine that? Imagine that. What if she retires before Trump leaves? That would be funny.
God, oh, let's see here. Oh. Is it wrong to wish he falls over dead before before this next
Who does?
yeah,
Oh, Biden.
Pelosi.
Oh. I think she could use an excuse to retire. She might get the Hillary Clinton treatment, get chucked into a van. Yeah, let's do some throwback.
No wonder they want to defund the fucking police. Because they're probably going to call. Someone's got to call the cops because there was a robbery. Okay, there was a robbery.
Oh, really?
And it was somewhere in the tune. Of like a little over $150 million. And the culprit is Nancy Pelosi. Okay, that was an unfunny joke. Okay,
womp,
never mind.
Womp.
I know.
You tried.
Okay, I totally Amy Schumer that shit. Okay,
Schumer, that should be like the tagline or the verbiage. Schumered. I Schumered that joke. Okay, and also I'll be honest, I'm kind of a little distracted because I'm seeing throwback footage of Hillary Clinton being chucked into a van. Oh, they struggled with her. Oh, they struggled. Oh, man. Like, look at that. It took them it took them 30 seconds to chuck her in that fucking van. Okay, they're holding her.
she probably.
All right, yeah. Now here we go. She's like, I can't. Oh fuck, I can't move. Oh, get me in there, you bitch. Come on, you stupid piece of shit. Oh, you dropped me. What the fuck's wrong with you guys? Oh, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Oh my God.
They're like, oh, they tried to sexually assault me. Bill Clinton like, oh, I don't think anybody would be sexually assaulting you.
Hillary, I'll keep you safe. Right here next to me. Oh my God. It's just such cringe. I can't believe people thought she was going to win. Like, that is bad.
Like, why would you make her the first female? Why would you try to make her the first female president? That's just awful. It's just fucking. What the fuck were you thinking? Like, yeah. First off, I don't even know if she's even a female. Like that's even in question.
Oh, Michelle Obama.
No, Hillary Clinton. That fucking pantsuit wearing mullet. She mullet.
The comments are great. Looks like she skipped her morning adrenochrome this day. Chucked her in the van like a side of beef. She came, she saw, she collapsed. She looks like she left her by and had a brief meeting with her evil boss. Damn, she looks like she's a scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz, falling down after each step. I like how the dude with a wheelchair could stand, but a woman who killed thousands. Wow.
Like, what? So, what did they think was going to happen? Like, did they think that she was do they honestly think like who the fuck is running the Democratic Party? Like I look at I look at the decisions that they're making, and I'm like, do they really think that this shit's gonna fucking fly?
Yeah, and that's what I thought about Biden. It's
Do they really think this shit was gonna fly?
isn't Biden, and I guess he's not as bad as Hillary, but he's kind of a Hillary 2.0. You know? It's like, bad choice. They kind of like, it's a forced meme of like, oh, he's this and that. Oh, she was this and that. And then in the end, it just falls apart. Oh, speaking of election maps, I posted this all over social media. It was like the most engagement I've ever got on social media, which is interesting. My final prediction map, I don't know if you guys have any maps, but at 30 days out, I finalized my map, and the only thing I changed was New Mexico. I have that going blue, but I think Trump's going to sweep it pretty big, my election. I think you're going to see what this map looks like, or at least pretty close to it. One state I think we should discuss this very briefly is because it's kind of relevant to debates, is Arizona. I had the hardest time choosing which way Arizona would go because it is normally a solid red stronghold, but it has been shifting blue dramatically and quickly. I don't think it's going to go blue this cycle, but I do know it's going to go blue at some point. But the biggest race there is between technically it's filling really John McCain's old Senate seat, because Martha McSally, that's her name, right? Martha McSally?
Though that sack of shit, she's gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mark Kelly's gonna win hands down.
She should just get the fuck out of politics. She just go. Just go.
What did Big Sally actually do?
Jack and shit. That's what she did.
Isn't she saying she's not gonna vote for Amy Coney Barrett too? I think she was one of the ones. What was that?
May as well be a Democrat at that point.
Well, I mean, no, the thing, she lost to Kirsten Sinema, and she was terrible then. She was terrible when she and she had those debates or whatever, and she was just god fucking awful. And so, and I think Mark Kelly is better than Kirsten Sinema.
Who's Kirsten Sinema? I forget her.
That's the other senator.
Okay.
Yeah. Because when Kirsten Sinema beat Martha McSally, the governor went ahead and I guess he must have felt sorry for Martha McSally and gave her the other seat, the one that John McCain held.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh my god. And here's the thing too, is like, I haven't even seen Mark Kelly speak that much, but the fact that he's a fucking astronaut, a NASA astronaut, like, nobody's gonna vote against that. They're gonna be like, oh, that's cool. Oh, he's a patriot. That's awesome. You know, it's like the star power there is.
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, really, I'd be like, I think that might have a little bit of flair to it, but I just don't like. Martha McSally didn't do shit. I mean, she really didn't do shit.
Well, I think if she was a good candidate, it'd be more of a fair fight. Like, if she was a good candidate, it'd be a fair fight. But no way.
It was awful.
Well, and keep in mind, like, look, the polls, and yes, polls are bullshit, but when you have 12-point leads consistently in polls, dude.
Well, I mean, when it comes to, like, I don't know. I think when it comes to those kind of races, I think the polls tend to be a little, I don't want to say a little bit more accurate, but like, yeah, because like, I think that I think the silent majority tends to go for Trump, more or less. I'm not. I don't really like. I don't think people really shit on people for being a Republican, but if you're a Trump supporter, like I think you're really in the shit.
Well, people shit on people for being Republican, but they don't.
It's not. It's nowhere
same.
on the scale of a Trump supporter.
Yeah,
like
you
you're a
get
Republican
doxxed.
and you're not a Trump. Like you're actual. Like you could be okay. Like
yeah, you can be a very polite Republican, and nothing's gonna happen to you. But if you're a loud Trump supporter, they're gonna dox you. They're gonna try and get you fired. They're gonna try and beat you up. Like, it's a different story. Because keep in mind, Mark Kelly is married to Gabby Giffords, who was the representative that was shot tragically, and then he tried to be like, I don't want to say white knighty, but like, he was like the goody husband, like, oh, I'm so good. And look, I don't blame him. I get it, but that's kind of like, it pulls your strings. It makes you like him and sympathize him, and the Dems use that to their advantage, which, like, of course they will. But it's like, it's all about pulling those emotional buttons, and he does that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm trying to think here.
Did you see any bits of the debate between the two of them?
I saw little bits and pieces. I think Kelly's a little bit more well spoken. Like, I mean, obviously I don't agree with much of anything that he fucking says, but like, I mean, his delivery's good. He is the stuff that he says is a little bit more fluid, so that works in his favor. I just like Martha McSally. She's not only like she's just a terrible speaker. She's terrible at speaking. She's terrible at debating. She's just awful. She's just an awful candidate. Like the sooner that she just gets out of politics, the better everyone is. Like I don't know.
That's why Republicans I think one of the bigger reasons as to why they lost so many seats in 2018 is because we're putting up shit candidates. It's, if you don't have somebody, like, look at Wagner from Pennsylvania. We were talking about him not too long ago.
Dude, Donald Trump went to Arizona to try to fucking
booster
help her, and it still didn't work.
That's bad.
It's bad. That's like, look, put it in perspective. Arizona had 2 Republican senators. Both senators were Republican. Okay? Donald Trump went to Arizona to try to help Martha McSally, and against a first time no name, and she still couldn't pull it off.
Sad.
It's sad.
Interestingly, too, about Mark Kelly. Draw your own conclusions from this. Pre-2018, of all years, pre-2018, he was an independent. So pretty much most of his life he's been independent. All of a sudden in 2018, he registers Democrat. All of the suddenly. What changed, Mark? What changed?
Well, that's where the money's at.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we had somebody that was a libertarian that fucking ran as a Republican too, up in PA. Like, it's like, oh well. I was like, well, what? Why didn't you run as a libertarian? It's like, well, the money's in the 2 big parties. Like, oh, so you're a fucking sellout? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Or he grew up and realized, oh, this is how you can win.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm saying you're still kind of a fucking sellout. Like, oh, I don't. If you for your whole fucking life, if you claim this one thing, and then you're like, and then you sell out for a little bit of money. I don't know. I kind of don't respect you.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Well, the
I
first thing
don't
you're gonna say
respect
is
you.
the money. That's like, ooh, yeah, that's bad. But if you just said like,
Well,
look,
well, he said the resources. He said
oh,
the resources, which I mean, I'm sorry. I still
sounds like
kind of.
money.
It sounds like, oh, I can't win on my own. So, which, to be fair,
You can't.
to be accurate, you can.
Yeah.
Well, one, you can't win as a libertarian anyway because that's a shit party. But, however, you can't. Well, like, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if you saw this on my Facebook, but one of my libertarian friends was arguing that because Maine has ranked choice voting now, that one of the
They've had ranked. Didn't they have it? Didn't they have it? Like they have split votes. They have split votes, right?
Okay, this is confusing. I'll try to explain
Okay.
it. But what they did have, and it is confusing and goofy, is in 2016, in the presidential at least, I don't know about ranked choice, but I know what they did have is that if you won the popular vote of Maine, you won 4 electoral votes. It's not winner takes all like every other state. Whoever
I think there's one other state that does something similar.
Nebraska.
No, I think
It's Nebraska.
I think Louisiana does something really weird with theirs.
No, I did check. It is Nebraska because I saw some people's maps like having Nebraska go partially one way. But but what also happens is there's these 2 districts in Maine. It's only 2. If you win one of the districts, you get 1 electoral vote. If you win the other, you get 1. So Hillary Clinton won the entire popular vote of the state, got 4, and she won one of the districts, so she gets an extra 1. Trump did not win the popular vote in the state, but he did win one of the districts, so he got 1 electoral vote. Hillary got 5. That's how Maine works. I don't know if they've always had the goofy ranked choice voting, but libertarians been jerking off to it because they think this is their chance. This is where they can shine and prove to the world that they can win something. And one of the people I know actually believes that they're going to win one of the districts. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I feel like I don't know. I like these libertarians. Why? Why do you look? Well, I mean, we literally did we not give them the blueprint? The last podcast. Didn't we fucking give it to them the last show?
Yeah, we
right?
did.
You run for congressional seats. You build yourself. You lay bricks, okay? That's how you build it. Like, because if all you do, and I hate saying this again, but these people never fucking learn, is like whenever you run for a presidential candidate, whenever you run a presidential candidate for the Libertarian Party, then it's like, oh great, they exist, but they're never going to get on. They're never going to get on the debate stage, because nobody gives a shit about them. And then after the election, nobody will continue to give a shit about them for the rest of for the rest of those 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And the thing too is like if you want look, the only libertarians that have been successful, arguably and you can define success different ways. I get that. In my definition is where you actually win something and you actually have a voice and you actually have some prominence. And the only people that have done that are Ron and Rand Paul. And what did they do? They ran as Republicans. They worked within the system. They didn't try to break an unbreakable system.
Even the fucking Justin Amash, he ran as a Republican and then
cucked out. I was like, oh,
then cucked out as a libertarian. You got to be able to fucking
play the game.
You got to play. Well, yeah, I mean, playing the game, but if you are the person that you say you are, you should be able to run. Like, look, they're independents. Are there not independent Congress people?
Bernie's wasn't independent for the longest
right.
time. Oh, I think he still technically is. Isn't he
There are
still
there.
registered independent but is running as a Democrat?
I mean, there are third party people in Congress. You just, you gotta fucking, you gotta know how to fucking, be somebody. Which I mean, they need to be doing more of that because you have more of an impact when you run for Congress. Like people are they have to listen to you because, like, okay, you get a House seat, you're gonna be speaking on, you're gonna get your time on the floor. They're gonna have to listen to you. Like you're gonna get people are gonna talk to you. They have to listen to you. Like I just like if all you're doing is running as a presidential candidate, once the presidential election is over, they could tell you to fuck right off, like for the rest of the time. And then like if enough people run, like if enough people win enough congressional seats, then whenever a budget needs to be passed or whenever a law needs to be passed or whatever, and then they're like, oh well, we don't have enough of votes, but there's like 5 libertarians that could probably push us over the edge, then it's like, hey, now what do you want? Like now whatever they like now your word is kind of worth something, where if it's just Justin Amash, well, who gives a flying fuck about Justin Amash, right? Because like
Right.
nobody get, dude. I mean, I feel like we're talking to children. Like I do. I just
That's why I
feel like
call them children, and that's why I always make the joke that, like I say to libertarians, like you need to grow up, and like ones that do like become Republicans, I always joke like, oh, so you finally grew up, because
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
oh fuck, I'm playing
I
this.
feel like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like even with all of our perverted locker room talk, we're still more grown up than these assholes.
That's a good way to put it. Actually, we are, honestly, because we look. The difference I know is the people that win, the people that are successful in politics, and anything in life, they get it. They simply get it. Okay, they either have learned it or they had natural sort of instinct for it, whatever it is, but they get it. You cannot win if you don't get it. You will only lose. And I mean, I try to help, try to be a nice guy, but it's come to a point where, like, with libertarians, I tolerate them. Actually, it started off, I actually listened to them. I even considered them. I even enjoyed talking to them. Then I tolerated them. And then now it's like going full on to like fucking like hatred. It's like, it's hatred in the sense that like it's frustration more. I shouldn't say hatred. It's more just like frustration. It's like, do you people get it? Like, it's like, yeah, you guys are children. You're in a fantasy world, and you aren't real. You're not serious players, but you think you are. It's like that's what children are. They think they're the shit. They're like, oh, I have opinions that matter. It's like, no, you don't. Get real. Get real. Maybe I sound bitchy, but it's just like, the patience runs thin when you see Drag Queen Story Time, when you see Cuties on Netflix, when you see
you saw
mass
that
immigration. No, I did not.
I heard that's banned in Texas now.
Base Texas is suing Netflix over it.
Good.
Yeah. Texas is not lost yet, gentlemen.
We need to we need this election. Like we fucking need this election. And I know that gets repetitive almost every fucking election, but this one more important than ever. Like, geez, these fucking the left just continues to, like, the Democratic Party just goes further and further left each and every election. And now it's like, I don't know, are they like, are they heads up in China's ass? Like, what the fuck? It's like, like it feels like one bad election could lead to like a fucking Red China revolt or some shit,
Imagine having these like Black Lives Matter riots under, like at the scale we saw over the summer, under a Joe Biden presidency, under a Kamala Harris presidency.
I mean, well, no, they'll just I don't think there'll be riots because they'll like.
They won't need them.
Yeah, they won't need them because, well, one, the cities will already be burnt to the ground, and two, they'll just bend over and give them everything they want. Like, oh, you want whatever? Like, no, there will be no law. There won't really be law and order. They'll just like here's whatever you fucking want, which is the last thing you do to terrorists.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, they are terrorists.
Agreed. Strong second. But hey, cops are bad, so it's justified, right?
I mean,
I thought that was stupid during the debate too. They brought up all that stuff, like, what is really their, like, what was the point in that? Like, what can they really do? And like, all these events happened a good bit of time beforehand. They never mentioned the riot. Like, the moderator didn't mention the riots. Like, if this was a good moderator, she would have asked, like, Pence what his thoughts were, whatever, about those two cases, and then they would have asked Kamala, what are your thoughts about the riots that devolved from this? If they were actually like trying to give equal, consideration, like trying to be unbiased, or at least like equally biased to both parts, like with those questions.
Yo, I know this is a little bit going back to a previous topic, but if you look at that video I posted of Jurgensen speaking in my hometown of Philly, dude, you gotta skim near the end at like 44 minutes where the Q&A starts. Look at the fucking people in the crowd. These are some of the like wonkiest people. Like, one dude has like a skinhead version of like a mohawk. He looks like a fucking skinhead. And the lady holding the mic has like purple hair. That's very libertarian. Unironically.
why? Just why?
I know. And look at that massive crowd, too. Wow. What was that, 10 people? Man, that almost breaks CDC guidelines.
That's got to be, yeah, it's got to be some kind of record.
Yeah. It's like if you're in a party, like look at, oh god, like the purple hair lady near the end is like speaking to the whole crowd.
That's like, it's normally just a bunch of dudes circle jerking at each other because no chicks came to their party.
Dude, I think she's like the only chick, other than Jurgensen, obviously.
It's a total me party. Fuck.
Dude, I'm counting the crowd. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a reporter. 9. Well, see, there wasn't even many articles on this, so I wouldn't even call him a reporter. He's just a photographer. 9, 10, barely 11 dudes. 1, 2, 3, 4 chicks, 5, and one of them's including the Q&A coordinator with the mic there. Other than that, it's like one big sausage fest. And man, these are some interesting looking people. They look like your average Joes.
You see Joe Jorgensen speaking on the fucking podium there. It would be funny if her husband came out and said, "Hey, honey, get out of the garage."
Wait, she has a husband?
I gotta work. I got some work I gotta do in there tomorrow.
Oh god. Fuck. These poor people. I heard somebody came up with a new term. Oh, by the way, they get really triggered when you say libertarian. I had a dude literally like stop like discussing with me because I kept saying libertarian. He's like, "Oh, You come back to me when you're mature, when you want a mature conversation like adults.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're the adult here, big guy, okay? But another one I heard that I think might trigger them. I don't know if it would trigger them more, but I haven't heard it used before. It's called libertarian.
Pretty
That's pretty.
Libertarians
pretty-
and libertarians.
See, that's what you should have done. Like when they said, "Oh, I don't find it very appropriate for you to be saying low."
Change it to that.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that next time. Like, I hate to say, but these people are fun to fuck with, because they get triggered like SJWs like really easily, and they look like SJWs. You got the purple hair, you got the neck beards, you got the fucking skinhead like mohawk dude. Wow. We'll have to bring it up on Saturday when Sam's on, like, because I know he loves libertarians too. Oh god, she's wearing a skirt that has like Jurgensen written on it like 50 million times. Cringe. I saw my first Jurgensen sign. I'm gonna talk about that on Saturday's show because I have a funny story with that. It's very, very appropriate. Absolute cringe. Cringe. Well, any final thoughts on the debate before we close out? Because it's getting kind of late. I know we all have things to do.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good debate. I liked it. I think they were biased, and I think they're biased, it should be showing, like, more so in this one than the other ones. I think Pence did the best to play, using the system and use it to his advantage. And I think someone should go and, like, time and see how much time, like, Harris and Pence, like, actually spent talking. Because I'd be interested to see if they were fucking with Pence's time.
Oh, yeah. I think they're definitely going to do that. What was that?
No. And I'd bring it up as, like, an ethics concern or whatever to whoever hosted that.
Yeah. My dad and I were saying the same thing. We're like, oh, dude, like, somebody's going to come up with how much time difference there was.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, anyways, take it easy, folks.
Yep. Have a nice night, guys. And as always, wash your fucking hands. We'll be back for a show on Saturday. And like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. To help support the channel and support alternative media and fight the YouTube censors. And we'll be back on Saturday, 11 p.m.-ish EST. And we'll be doing the next debate. And hopefully the fucking audio works. Wash your hands, people.